Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday, the 19th of February, 2020. So we're officially in Pisces season now. We're officially in Mercury retrograde in Pisces. The sun, as I just said, is in Pisces. The moon is in Capricorn in its fourth quarter. So let's see with the Wildwood Tarot what's coming up. I really want to use this deck again as it's pretty new. And I really like it. I've been going through the book because the book has all these wonderful deeper meanings to the cards and interesting layouts. Again, the Wildwood is a really interesting deck, especially if you're a more experienced reader. I think you can really get into it. It's very interesting, and the illustrations are just gorgeous. All right, so if you haven't, do check out your monthlies. Do check out your love monthlies and the pick a card reading I did for What Is Our Connection. Make sure you're subscribed, guys, if you haven't. And let's check out what's going on today. All right, the 19th of February, 2020. Ooh. Okay. Oh, everything's just going to be falling out on the ground, I guess, today. Interesting. Okay. And let's pull a few more here. We just finished pulling them out here, but I do think today's energy, well, your energy, is feeling a bit low. Maybe even a little bit stuck. Feeling a real sense of lack and possibly need in some area of our life here, especially in terms of stability. All right. Two more, guys. Two more. And I'll save that last one, I think, here. Or actually... All right, too many cards, guys. Just one. Let's see. I might just have to pull it out myself here. I feel like we've been waiting, and again, with Mercury being retrograde, communication is weird in all types of ways. Okay. It's interesting because you're definitely feeling, I think, quite low here today. Your first card out, Two of Bows. And I can't really make heads or tails of whether it wanted to come out upright or reversed. So we're just going to look at it in its regular context here. Two of Bows, decision. And as most twos, they do herald decisions. Which way do we go? Here, instead of being like at the Two of Swords where you're blinded and you can't really determine where to go or what the directions even are, where you're even standing in this crossroads, the Two of Wands here has two obviously on fire rods here, or you know, bows, because this deck wands are bows, and they're on fire. It seems to me that there's a lot of energy that he's got going on here. He knows where he would like to put his energy. He knows that he has a decision to make here, and it could be that we have two equally impassioned paths that we can walk, and we can't really make a decision about which way do we go. Although And that could be why we're feeling so low, because the Five of Stones, I mean, this is in your energy as well here, endurance. And Five of Stones, like five, is the Five of Pentacles in regular tarot. And Five of Stones is a very low feeling, very separate, very lacking card. It talks about, you know, impoverishment, where you're feeling impoverished in terms of possibly the material, money, stability, security. Regardless of the situation, today we're feeling kind of impoverished, kind of down and out, and maybe even having trouble with a decision here. We know now that we have two choices. We know now that there's that there is two ways we can go about this, and you have to really figure out where you want to direct that energy here, because you could be fearing taking one in one direction or the other direction here. It's like, you know, where does your quest take you? And you could be having, again, a lot of fear of this, fear of where this will lead, fear of the unknown, because it does feel, again, you're stepping into the unknown. So why not sit where we at least know where we're at? You know, this to me talks again about, yeah, there's impoverishment, there's a need for something more, but they're not really willing to ask. They're not going to ask for help. He's alone. And in the traditional tarot, it's usually two people walking outside of a church. They could ask to go in, and they won't. He could go inside of this, but he won't. He's going to sit out here as this storm comes in and possibly have his fire burned right out. He's not really preparing. He's not trying to change the situation. I might just need to walk this the way I am right now, and I'm not really looking to make any big moves, making that decision there. I fear stepping out of my comfort zone. Is really what that talks about to me. But Three of Stones reverse, creativity. We could feel like we're not really growing in this kind of way here. We don't feel tethered to something. Where does our creativity lie? Where does, you know, the foundations of what it is we want to create lie? If it doesn't have that creative spark with that Two of Bows, you really have to pay attention, it feels to me, with your to your creative spark here. And where you want it to continue to grow, to continue to build, because you can create a beautiful foundation here once you connect mind, body, and soul to something. But because when it's upright, she is quite the solid foundation. She's rooted, and she's ready to continue growing. The growth of the Green Woman. Creating something really tangible, beautiful, material for the future, something that's going to last. And we're maybe not feeling very... I don't know, we don't feel like we have the spark, the energy. We know that we need it to make this decision, and we know that a decision needs to be made, but we're not feeling very excited and driven, it feels like, towards either which way or towards something. It kind of feels like you'd rather just sit where you're at right now. But what this is asking you to do and where this will take you, Six of Arrows, Nine of Stones. So what is this? Transition and tradition. Six of Swords or Six of Arrows here, it talks about moving forward. It's time to leave something behind. It's time to leave the conflict, the overthinking behind. You've overthought this to the point where now you're telling yourself you can't do this. And why are these things coming up? Because you don't believe you have a foundation, or something has led you to believe that. And maybe it's that society hasn't, congratulated you. You haven't seen these certain, you haven't seen yourself hit certain goals that would deem society would deem as successful. Maybe it's that you're looking for that certain amount of likes, those certain amount of followers, subscribers, whatever it might be, that certain amount of, yes, you can, here's your drive, here's your confidence. No one's going to hand you your confidence on a silver platter. You have to build that yourself. And if you want to move forward to a more stable position, if you want to be not so much in lack and in more of a comfortable, stable, abundant place, no matter where you are, you have to believe in yourself here. Tradition. What do you know? What do you know from even your coming down almost like from lineage type of energy, past lives type of stuff, ancestral, it feels to me, with tradition. Tried and true. If you can stick this through and find, the best way forward, you will get there. But you have to be willing to let go of the roots, or, cut away the roots that aren't stable enough for you, that haven't brought you the nourishment, that haven't given you what you are looking for, what you need, especially in terms of our stability, security, material, our nourishment with Five of Stones, because that's what Earth talks about. What can we build upon to nourish ourselves and nourish life? What you need to do is plod away at this pretty slowly. The Bear, Queen of Stones. And bears, you know, do take a long hibernation, but when they get back up, they get going. They prepare for that. They have long-term, you know, plans. They prepare for the long term, and they're ready for it when, you know, winter comes. And here it doesn't really seem like winter, like she's waking up and it's spring and it's time to go back out there. But she's ready. She's done it before. This is somebody that has manifested this life that is also very abundant, secure, stable, follows, you know, a set of patterns, set of rules, follows the line. And it kind of asks you to just keep doing that right now and to not get too hung up on your fears, on the lack, on getting stuck there. You have to start propelling yourself towards knowing that you're going to have that stability. And what you need to remember about today, the theme is to have more fun here, joy. Three of Vessels, enjoyment. There's joy here. This needs to be enjoyable. Like whatever path you're setting upon, whatever journey you might be, you know, in the midst of taking decisions you need to make about this, whatever you are trying to come, you know, to conclusion with in this situation, remember to have fun with it, because things are not as they seem right now when retrograde is about, and they're not going to come to you in the normal ways. So it's almost like take a step away from it and enjoy yourself where you are. Find happiness, contentment, stability, no matter where you're at, and you will be fine today. You will be able to bring that in, but you have to be able to find that where you are, no matter where you are. Let's get some oracles. Why are my oracles so far today? Let's get a Halloween oracle. Let's get a Halloween oracle here. Stacy DeMarco. Oh, coming right out here. Okay, Barnbrack, sweetness and synergy. So let's take a look at this here. So Barnbrack, where are you? Oh, when you pull the Barnbrack card, it indicates a curiosity to know what is ahead, but it's important to balance that with the now. After all, we have the tools to change our future should we choose. The sweet synergy of Barnbrack, all the ingredients, including the objects, are more powerful and complete together than they are individually, should encourage you to seek your own sweet spot. Okay? You have to find your sweet spot here, no matter where you're at, no matter what it seems like. You've got to be able to find some enjoyment in all this and seek out more of that, all right? You have to remember that this life is an enjoyable experience, and you can't just be, you know, putting up these goals for yourself that are so far in the distance that you believe you'll be happy when you get there. You have to find happiness along the way, or else you're never going to get there, okay? You have to be able to not put yourself in this position where you're going to need it to the point of your body and your brain, or where that part of you, your emotional self, mental self, whatever career, work self, gets into survival mode and starts making terrible decisions and starts believing that, you know, we're here when really we're actually doing fine. And you're on a longer journey than you might be able to see right now, okay? So don't let all the retrograde weird feels turn your head all around, okay? Thank you guys so much for all of your support. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share it if you enjoyed it. I always like seeing your comments below, so leave me a comment, guys. And do check out your monthlies as well as your monthly love readings and the pick a card. And if you want to book a private reading, I'm not going to be doing any private readings for most of March, so please book them now if you would like to book one, okay? And all that info is always right below this video in the description box. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Namaste.